Okay, so homework for question 3. We got x squared plus 2x plus 3 is equivalent to x plus a all squared plus b. So like in previous question, we got this form here, we know it's completing a square. Now we're after finding a and b, and we know they're both constants. So what we're going to do first again is just complete the square for this. So we halve the coefficient, square it all, and then of course we always take away the square in here. So 1 squared is 1, so we're just going to minus 1 plus 3 like that. And then of course if we simplify this, we're going to have x plus 1 all squared. Minus 1 plus 3 is positive 2. And of course if we look at this, then we can just cross compare, and we know a is 1 and b is 2. Okay, so this is question 3b, so continuing on from the previous question. We want to sketch the graph of y equals x squared plus 2x plus 3, and we want to indicate clearly the coordinates of any intersections with the axes, so whether it crosses the x or y. Now I deliberately written these two down. Also we want to plot this, and we know that this is a form of that, and I'll show you how this can help you with plotting a quadratic. So first things first, we got a positive x squared, so we know automatically it's going to be a U shape somewhere. Now we want to obviously locate where this U shape is. So if we want to find out where it crosses the y axis, if we set x to 0, we know it's going to end up with 3. So we know automatically it's going to cross the y axis at 0, 3. Okay. Now what this does, what this completing the square does, is it gives us a coordinate of a minimum point. So if we have a look at this, when we got x plus 1 in brackets, we know that x is minus 1. Of course we got y, and it's 2 because it's outside the bracket. So we got y is 2, and we got x plus 1 in brackets, so it's going to be x minus 1. So we know then our minimum point is minus 1 and 2. Okay. Now what this also does is tell us that it's not going to cross the x-axis, because if the minimum point is minus 1, 2, it's going to come down in this sort of direction, so it's not going to come anywhere near the x-axis. Now what you need to do in the exam is clearly indicate where they're crossing. So what we can have, because it's a sketch, it doesn't have to be picture perfect, but as long as you indicate that you've got a minimum point there and it crosses at 0, 3, that'll be fine. Okay, so question 3, part C. So again, leading on from our previous, we're after finding the discriminant of x squared plus 2x plus 3. Of course we know in order to find the discriminant you're going to use b squared minus 4ac, and of course this is where you've got to be very familiar with your rules of the discriminant. Now we know here from looking at our quadratic that a is 1, b is 2, and c is 3. So we can automatically plug it into here. So we have 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3. So we have 4 minus 12. Of course 4 minus 12 gives minus 8, which of course is less than 0. And of course when it's less than 0, that means that there's no roots. And as we can see from our previous, part B, there was no roots because the curve didn't come anywhere near the x-axis. So we can verify that as well. It does not cross x-axis as shown in B. Okay, so part D, you've got x squared plus kx plus 3 equals 0, and we know k is a constant which has no real roots. So we know discriminant again. We've got b squared minus 4ac, and because it has no real roots, we know it's going to be less than 0. Okay, and we know a is 1, b is k, and c is 3. So if we plug this all into discriminant now, you have k squared minus 4 times 1 times 3 is less than 0. Which of course gives us k squared minus 12 is less than 0. Now because we're after the value of k, we want to solve this. We want to get k on its own. So next step, we're going to have k squared is less than 12. We square root both sides, we're going to have k is less than plus or minus root 12, effectively. Now, I always tell my students to draw a graph, because we've got an inequality here, and what's really vital in AS maths is that you get the inequality signs the right way around. So if you imagine, just a quick sketch just to get you to visualise it really. You've got minus root 12 around here, and you've got positive root 12 up there. Your quadratic is going to be something like that. Doesn't really matter. Just a visualisation, really. Now, because you know it's less than 0, you know you're looking from 0 downwards. Okay? So your solutions are going to lie between minus root 12 and root 12. So that's why it's really crucial you get the inequalities the right way around, because then we can express our final answer as minus root 12. K is bigger than minus root 12, but it is smaller than positive root 12. So this is why a graph, just to visualise it, so you can say, right, it's below 0, so I know it's going to be along here.